What up? What up?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Good, man. Good.
Man, we're happy to have you, bro. First of all, thanks for reaching out to us, man. I'm really glad that you
That's good.
No, definitely. I really appreciate y'all, especially like the album review y'all did. Like that was mad love. I really appreciate that for real, man.
Hell yeah. Well,
definitely,
I
man.
mean,
Definitely.
we were both definitely pleasantly surprised, not just by the album, but also by like then we checked out the other body work, Untold Stories, and I'm Not Perfect, and we're like, fuck, this guy's got like
It's got
three
something here.
really good projects that he's just like he's had in the tuck. So
Yeah.
we're definitely really excited to talk about them today. Let me just real quick, let me just introduce the podcast. So welcome to episode
Definitely.
44 of the Grindhouse Podcast. I'm your host, Edwin Cabrera, aka Steady Eddie. Across the screen from me is my homie, Chris Martin, aka Critta.
Yo, what's up, guys? Just real quick before we get in today's episode, like and subscribe to our YouTube. If you like what we do, share it, tell your friend about it. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Also, if you want merch, our store is down, but you can always DM us or text us or whatever. So let's get into today's episode.
So we have our special guest, NastyNile. So NastyNile is originally out of Hampton, Virginia, right?
Yes, sir.
Got that right. Cool.
So can you talk us a little bit about like what was it like growing up in Hampton, Virginia? Because I don't know anybody from there, so you'd be the first.
Yeah, no. So I love Hampton, Virginia, the 757 to be exact. But it was great. I grew up around a lot of talented people, just like I feel like Hampton, Virginia doesn't get the look that it deserves because it's like with sports, with music, everything. It's just like I grew up around people in the NBA right now. I grew up around people that make music, like are really doing good and things like that. But as far as growing up, it was just fun. It was fun. I was able to be a kid, and it was just like really good because like it was just like home net out there. It's the South, but it's not too South. And it was just like we were in the middle of DC, North Carolina. It was just like our influences was like up east, down south. So we just had the mix of every influence. So it was just great. And I just got a lot of the culture that I have now from where I was from.
Hell yeah.
So when did you come to Lynn, and like what made you come here?
So I came to Boston. So 2013, I came to Boston because I was a volleyball player. I got recruited to come play volleyball at Newberry College. Rest in peace to Newberry College. They like shut down like a year and a half ago. But yeah, so 2013 I came here to play college volleyball. And then 2017 when I graduated, I got in the working world. And then like a year and a half ago, that's when I started really making music. And first I tapped in with Chu. He's like a producer, engineer from out here. One of my best friends, Khalil Page, he worked with him at Netta, and that's a dispensary out in Brookline, and he tapped me in with him. And then after that, tapping in with Chu, coming to record with him, that's when I tapped in with T-Bone. And then after that, it was just history. Me and T-Bone started recording together. He gave me beats, and it was just like my first tape was heavily off of that. And then after that, T-Bone became my main producer. We just started making really good stuff together. And that's how I got in contact with like the West, the Sunita, the Khalil Jacobs, Cassie, two times, and people like that.
Yeah.
I'm not missing nobody, but that's how I got into like the Lynn area.
Word.
So, in terms of like how long you've been making music, do you think so? Your music making abilities really kind of like started in like the Boston area, right? Were you making music in Virginia at all?
No, I never like I said, like when I was growing up, I wasn't like making any music. I always had a love for music because it was just I love listening to it and things like that. But I didn't start making music until I was up here in Boston, with one of my friends, shout out to Travis and my other best friend Dev. Like they were making music in his room, and I just came through one day and like they was like get on a song and I rapped for the first time and I was like, yo, this is cool. So I think I'm gonna do it. And it's just like it was everything after that. So, but I would say Boston. Yeah, I was never like, I wasn't one of those kids like, yo, started writing at 12, 13. I just want to keep writing. Like, I never thought about music in college, none of that. I ain't started thinking about music until I became like a grown man. I just turned 25. So I'll say around like 23, that's when I really started kind of like wanting to do music.
And what really pushed you to start making music?
Telling my story. You know, everything I write, everything I put on a record, anything is about me and the people around me. Like that's what I do it for, to tell my story, to tell the people I grew up with story, and just give hope and things like that. And right now, it in the beginning it was just to tell my story, but now it's just like it's competitive because like everything I was sports and like growing up doing sports, like now it's really to be the best. Like I really just want to be the best storyteller, be the best lyricist. But like the thing that really got me to rapping is like telling my story because it's therapeutic for me. Like everything I put on every album, I mean every EP, every project I done put out, these are things I've never told people before. A bunch of the songs, a bunch of the content is things I would never even think about telling people. But when I'm in the booth, when I'm writing this stuff, I feel comfortable. So a lot of the stuff that y'all are hearing and things like that, this is stuff nobody's ever heard until I'm putting on record. So getting that stuff off my chest is therapy.
Dope. I want to talk about so you filmed a music video for Lord Knows.
Yeah, shout out to the bar.
Yeah, so you filmed inside of a church. Can you talk about like the production of the video and like how you landed that location?
Yeah, it all goes out to Jabari. Like, it's funny when we were talking about it, when we first linked up and we was talking about doing a Lord Knows video, we both were like, yo, it's gotta be a movie. It gotta be something like real tough. And then like he sent me some stuff about the church and we was like, yeah, this would be great for it. So it really came from that and the things I was talking about in it. Like, you know, my faith is something big to me. You know, I believe in God. I'm a very spiritual person. So I just thought it was all right to being in the church and doing things like that. But like it goes out to Jabari. He's great at what he does, and we got more coming up, like a lot more coming up. But like it was a collaboration, but like he was kind of the one that pushed that, and then we start putting different things into it. But like yeah, that was it.
Is it gonna? You said there's like more to come, or
Yeah.
is it off the same project?
Yeah,
The
so
concept?
I know me and him we're about to shoot in like the next week or so for Tell Me Something off of my last project, Drunk Diary. Yeah. Yeah, that's the next one we're doing. I think this weekend I might go tap in because I might be out of town this weekend. And I might do something for True Story. That's another one on my thing with my boy Low. I might be in DC. He lives in DC, so we might do something for that. But my thing is just bringing a lot more content to get this out here because I'm getting great reviews right now. So I got to keep coming with the content.
Yeah, I would
Definitely.
say that you've dropped 3 pretty amazing projects in the span of like a
Yeah.
year, right? Because Untold Stories came out last year, and then this year you dropped 2 projects, right?
Yeah.
Where did the renaissance of like all the music creating come from? Like, it's just been like just getting really good beats, working with a really good team. What's it been? What's it been the process like?
Yeah. So I'll start at Untold Stories. That was just getting fire beats from T-Bone. Like the beats that he was giving me, it was just crazy. And I'm gonna tell you my process on Untold Stories. It was just like I was like, fuck it. I want people to know I can spit. So that Untold Story probably just sounds different, way different from the two, because I would say I was just trying to be the rapidy rapper, mad punchlines. Just I wanted people to know I can spit. I put my story in that, and I just that project was just mainly about me telling people I can spit, me really doing it for one of my homeboys that was locked up at the time, and just me giving a part of my story. The process for I'm Not Perfect was just like, that was a time where I was just like trying to get a lot off my chest, and just it was a time where I felt like I wanted people to know that I wasn't perfect. Like I felt like in a lot of situations, like I was being placed on pedestals, like a song up there. And I was just like, don't place me up there because I don't want anybody to have any higher expectations for me. And then when I do something wrong, it just feels like the end of the world. Don't place me higher. Like I'm not saying I'm a messed up person, but I don't want to be placed so high that people, as soon as I make one mistake, it's the end of the world. And that was just the process I was going through for that one. And I was going through another like real hard thing at the time, like my uncle committing suicide. So I was going through all of that at one time, and that really just helped me write. And Drunk Diary just came from me coming straight off of I'm Not Perfect, and it's a lot of quarantine stuff. So at first I didn't even have a thought of a new project or anything. I was just writing songs, and it came full circle into this project. And this project is just me like really kind of finding myself, because like I said, I'm 25, but I still think every day I'm still finding out who I am. Like, it's still a lot of stuff I don't know about myself. So I feel like this project was full circle me talking about a lot of things, like from the beginning, me being young, me doing things now, talking about situations, just coming full circle. And I'm really happy with the reception of that. And I'm just like trying to think of concepts for the next one that come off of this one, because I feel like everything is just a part of my life, each project.
So that's something you want to continue on? Like, you want to keep telling your story in your music?
Yeah, that's definitely what I want to keep doing, because like I'm not like one of like, and nothing's wrong with it, don't get me wrong, I'm not like the single artist, the artist that's gonna get stuff hype. Like, I take pride in my penmanship, I take pride in lyricism, and I just take pride in being able to tell a story. um my story is something I feel like needs to be pushed, and I feel like my story makes me different from anybody else, because like nobody else sounds like me, nobody else can make the same music as me, because I'm telling my story. I'm not telling anybody else's story. I'm not talking about any on the surface stuff like my clothes, anything like that. And nothing's wrong with that, because I listen to that music every day and it's cool, but I'm telling my story and the people I grew up around, my family, and things like that. So I'm definitely going to keep going with that, because I feel like that keeps me away from everybody. That makes me a little bit, it gives me an edge on people, telling my story all the way.
Yeah, and I
Definitely.
feel like that's what I really liked about your music. Just like listening, like immediately, like that's what clicks is like you're like what you're saying on the record sounds authentic and it really connects and it really relates. You know, and it seems like from all three projects, you always give like a good portion of yourself like to the record, and it's like it's very honest and vulnerable. And I'm wondering, like, in that process at all, is it hard sometimes to like think just think about the fact that you're putting so much of yourself out into the world for people to receive.
Yeah, very hard. It's very hard. Sometimes I feel like I say too much. Sometimes, yeah, I definitely get that a lot. But at the end of the day, um, this is something I'm really trying to do right now. I'm just trying to give you my all, trying to give you my flaws. I'm trying to give you the things I'm bad at. I'm trying to give you things I wish I didn't do. I'm just trying to put all the ugly out right now. And I'm not saying that's all the music I make, the ugliness. I make great music. I make things about me being happy and things. But I just want to give you me right now so I can establish things, and then we get to other things in my music and other things I'm going through in life. But it's definitely hard. Even off of this Drunk Diary, I took a song off because I was thinking like maybe I don't need to put this out right now. I mean, I need to think on it, and it's a very good song. It's a song actually featuring a Lynn artist. But I was just thinking maybe I don't need to put this out right now. Maybe I'll sit on it, because I am saying some things that I don't know if the person would. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think they might be mad, but I don't know. I just want to sit on it. And when I come back to start making some more music, putting things out, I see how I feel about the song again. But it's hard, man. Cause like in my music, I'm saying a lot of things. I'm telling stories about people. I'm telling and doing a lot of things. So, but at the end of the day, when I sit down with myself and I know I'm being true and I know I'm not saying anything to make anybody feel less than anything or make anybody feel bad, I can sit with myself and I can live with myself, because I know I'm telling my truth and I'm telling the truth about my perception about how things are going. So when I'm doing that, I can't think about anything else.
Dope. So I want to talk about so you were recently on T-Bone's record, Family Ties, and that features Wes Taylor. And I actually didn't know this until recently, but Dave East, he does the intro.
Definitely.
What was that like, being on a track with someone that is so like big within the hip hop
Definitely. That was great feeling. Like,
industry?
I remember when T told me that Davies was gonna be on it, I was like so excited. I was like, yo, I'm writing my verse right now. I'm gonna kill it. I was just like so excited, because it was like I need to kill it, like, because this man, like Davies, he an industry, all kind of stuff. He's high up and things like that. So I was just like, yo, I gotta kill it. I gotta go hard. So it was very exciting just be given that opportunity. So shout out to T-Bone for even thinking of me to put on that, because there's so many other rappers from Lynn that he could have put on and things like that. But for him having confidence in me to put me on a song like that, especially with Dave East on it, it's a blessing. So shout out to T-Bone for that.
Yeah, I actually, like I said, I've listened to that record and I actually never noticed until someone pointed it out, and it's like, Oh shit, that's Dave East on that in
So,
that intro.
yeah.
But yeah, that's fucking sick, man.
So I want to just talk about your new record, Diary, Liquor and Food. I love the title for it, and it definitely fits the vibe of the whole album because it really does feel like I said, like, a vulnerable view of your life, from your perspective, so it feels like we're almost like reading somebody's diary, listening to what someone's saying. So I just want to talk about more about what went into putting that album together.
Um, it's a bunch of long nights. That's what I can say. When I write, anybody that knows me, it takes me a long time to write because literally I think about every single word, because I'm somebody that believes that words have power. That's why I'm never going to get up anywhere spitting any bullshit. That's why I'm never going to say anything that doesn't pertain to me or make facades of things that I never lived or I never done. So it takes me a long time, and I wanted to make sure every word was powerful. I want to make sure every word hit somebody because I make music for you to feel. I want you to laugh. I want you to cry. I want you to think about it. And through all the songs I made, like I said, I wasn't even thinking about an album at first. I mean, a project at first, but every song I made, my thing was to make sure that you felt it. I wanted you to feel it. I wanted you to feel every single thing I was saying. I wanted to be like a movie almost, or like a TV show, like a 10-episode TV show. And every show you getting to know a little bit more about me. Every show is vivid. And I wanted to paint that with my words. So that was the process of it. It took it was, like I said, it was the quarantine I did it, and it was just me and T-Bone's studio just going crazy. Us just going crazy, going back and forth on stuff, him giving me ideas, things like that, him telling me things to do, and me going off of that stuff. And it came out like that. Like that's I shout out T-Bone a lot. I know I've been shouting him out, but like just like he's a great executive producer on things. Like every single thing I've done, he's executive produced. Like being in there, being like, "Yo, you could do this line a little better," or maybe like, "Yeah, go write that over," or something like that. So we just tapped in, going to his spot every day, just trying to make it a masterpiece. And shout out to the other producers on it, like T-Bone was on it, Narrow Beats, and 101. So tapped in with all of them. And I really think, not trying to be biased or anything or be cocky, I think this is a classic. I've never felt like this about any other project I made. Like, I don't even listen to my music after a certain point. Like, none of the other ones I listen to consistently. I've been listening to this a lot. So I'm really in love with this right now.
What was it like working with Cassie two times on 2 songs on the album?
Yeah, no, he's a dog, man. He's a beast. Cassie is a beast. I met him through my boy Khalil too. It was great working with him. Just his work ethic, and he's talented. Like, I've seen this man come in there, just make melodies and just go off the top of the head. I've been places where he just starts spitting off the top of the head, just saying some amazing stuff. So it's just like, I was like, we had to tap in. I want to tap in with him on this one. And like the Running From My Past one, that was just organic. We was just both at T-Bones, and we was like, let's do something. Wrote it right there on the spot, just did it. And a bunch of the other one, it was just like, I already had my verse laid down. And it was originally me singing the Lost Soul part at the first of it. And I was like, T was like, how about we just get Cash on it right now? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. He just murdered that too. So definitely, I love working with him. We got a lot more in the tuck too. We gonna keep working. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been on his grind, man.
He's
I've
been
been seeing him in a
working.
lot of projects, and he's always a standout. Like you
Yeah.
always know when he's on a record because he always shines.
Yeah, he's a hard worker. That's why I really mess with him. Shout out Cash.
Are there any other artists like in the area that you haven't worked with that you're like looking to work with?
That I'm looking to work with. Khalil. We worked, of course, on Family Ties, but me and him, like, even though we haven't worked together, we got a good relationship. We talk, things like that. We was just talking the other day, like, yo, we got to get one. Like, it's too long overdue. Like, so that's something I'm really trying to get in with right now. But other than that, like, I got stuff with Wes, even though we haven't put anything out yet. Me and Wes connect all the time. We got songs together and things like that. But the only one I really haven't got like an organic song that I really am like excited to get in was Khalil, because he's like a lyricist too, and that's what I respect about him. He spit. So I'm trying to get in there with him, and like we gonna get that. We'll probably get that at the end of this week or something like that.
Word.
We're gonna get in, but like yeah, Khalil.
You mentioned working with Wes. I saw that you're on his new compilation. I think the song's called 9 Glock.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to talk about like working on that song and how that was?
Yeah, so we did that song a minute ago. Like we probably did that song before quarantine, I want to say, or probably in the beginning of it. And that song was same like as when me and Cash did. It came organically. We were in there together. I just came off of a session and he came in and we was just listening to beats and was like, let's mess with this. And we just wrote that. That song is hard, hard, hard. Me and Khalil me and Wes got some other stuff coming out. And I'm on another one. I'm on the last track on his album or his compilation tape called Erica too. And that song's amazing. Like that song's amazing. Me, him, and I don't want to say her name wrong, but it's a young lady he has on that song. It's just an amazing song. I can't wait for y'all to hear it because I was excited about that. But Wes got some stuff coming out. But it's always good linking up with Wes. Like he a solid dude. I really respect him, and I just want to keep working with him. Definitely.
Yeah, man, it's just great to see, just like that whole group, all putting out really, really solid projects. And like, you're like, to me, in my world, you're like the newest like person that I've come across. And I'm just like, just very impressed, especially just hearing you talk about the fact that really you started like your writing and musical journey at like 23, a little bit later music, but you're between your Untold Stories, I'm Not Perfect, and Drunk Diary. You have like a very like structure, solid technical ability. It's very polished. It almost seems like you've been doing this for a very long time. I'm just wondering, how are you able to develop your rapping skills to be so polished?
It's just because I think, not trying to sound cocky, I'm pretty good with words and I'm pretty good at the things I want to say. And it's just the interactions with other people, just conversations and things like that. Like, and just having a great mother. Like my mother is the main influence. She made me this way. She made me have the mind I have. She gave me ways to think and just conversations with her. Like she's like my best friend. So it's just like, I feel like I think a different way and I just want to put it all on the paper. Like I just want to put everything down. And like you said, like, even though I've only been rapping since 23, it's like long nights, man. I wasn't this good at the beginning. Like I can literally show you the first song I ever put a bar on and you would laugh at that shit right now, And it seems like it was like a little bit before, but it's like crazy. Like it's the hard work I put in it, writing every day, trying to get better, writing different songs, like being mad that I can't figure out a bar and things like that. So it was the work I put in. And it's just like, just me always thinking I was good with words. Just, I'm able to go in other people's worlds and just see things too. Just like, I like looking into other people's stories and I just like looking all around the things. So I feel like my view on the world, my stories that I have, and just the people around me, that helps me to be able to put things down on paper and put it in like a cool way, I think that's what I do. I tell stories in a cool way, and I want to keep doing that. And I'm just want to keep getting better with my pen, like I said. But yeah.
Yeah, I love the fact that you're such a great storyteller. And like you said earlier, like the fact that you choose your words wisely, you're not just like saying it to say it. Like it seems like everything that you say is intentional. Every word that you use is intentional.
Very intentional.
It just feels good to hear. It just sounds so like the fluidness of everything that you say and the clarity of everything you say, like it hits, And so I just appreciate that about you.
Appreciate that, bro. Because I really work hard at it, man. Like I have to, man, because it's like I love the other rap. I love the turn up and things like that. But it's just like I like that real stuff. Like this is the stuff that pushed me. This is the stuff that resonated me when I was 16 years old, first time hearing J. Cole. Like when I hear J. Cole, like the warm up, the come up, all those things, those changed my life in a way. And that's before I thought about rapping or anything. Hearing the words that he was saying at that time, those changed my life. And now when I write, I think about the times that J. Cole changed my life just with his bars. I think about like a ADHD from Kendrick, or I think about a Poor Man Dreams, just like things like that from those people changed the way I think, made me feel a certain way when I needed it, when I was feeling lost or when I just was down and out, and I can hear their music. So that's what I'm trying to do for a listener, whoever wants to listen to me. I don't care if it's 5 people, 500,000 people, you know, as long as I can put a message out there that is portraying real shit, you know, because it's too much of the fake stuff going on. So if I can put my message out, stories out that can help anybody or make somebody feel like, yo, I was going through this too, you know, that's all I'm here for. Like, that's what I really want to do.
Dope. So are you currently recording new music?
I'm writing a lot right now. I took like a short little break, like when Drunk Diary came out, just to promote and do a lot of stuff. But I'm currently recording. I have like I'm gonna keep rolling out videos for the Drunk Diary. I have at least 3 more videos that I know for sure I'm gonna do, and I'm working on my next little pack. I don't know if it's gonna be a project before, but or it might just be like a little 3-pack. But like I got a nice little rollout for some songs I just wrote by like that I want to have out by the end of November, probably start of December, and these songs I got, it's gonna be something crazy. I'm just telling you that. Like I'm just keep working, and then 2021 I got like another project that I've been trying to work on like for the last 2 years. Now I'm writing some stuff too. So definitely more music. But for 2020 I definitely have like a 3-pack maybe that I'm going to put out like end of November, beginning of December, with some visuals to it to keep just keeping my face out here, keeping me known, keeping me pushing what I'm trying to do.
Word.
When you're writing lyrics, do you have like a sort of like beat in mind when you're doing that, or do you typically just get a beat right to it?
Yeah, so it's different from me. Like I said, I might be at work, or I might just be out and I hear somebody say something, or I might just be having deep conversations with people and they'll say something and I'll be like, oh, this is something I can write down. Like my notes in my phone is my best friend, because I can be out having fun doing something or just out somewhere and I think of something, I'll just write a bar down or write a couple bars down, or somebody tell me a story and I'll be like, yeah, let me go off of this story. I'm gonna say something about this or say something about that. I just start writing in my notes. And then when I get a beat, I start looking at my notes at everything I wrote, think about concepts and things I've lived or just things I've just been writing about, and just go off of that. But a lot of the times I'm just looking at my notes at little notes that I wrote. Oh, blah, 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 said this, or I wrote this bar 2 weeks ago, like this and that. And I just keep going off of it. But like I said, my notes is my best friend. I probably do that like every single day. Might think of some concept in my head, write it down. Think of a bar, like, oh, this is tough, write it down. So I usually premeditate it, but a lot of the times I don't. Like a lot of to me, my best songs came off of me just like hearing a beat. Oh no, this is hard. Let me just start writing to it. So, but a lot of the time it is premeditated. A lot of times I'm just writing down all day without anything, just writing stuff down.
That might be the secret sauce, because I feel like
I think that's why everything's so like precise and
it definitely feels like, especially like my 2 favorite songs from Drunk Diary is Family Dues and Running From My Past, and I feel like those are great examples, especially like Family Dues. I love that song, man. Like that is a excellent song. Like I feel like I can't wait for more people to hear that, because that song is crazy. And it just feels like there's like you said, like there's got to be more to it than just like you just feeling like in the moment, just like writing it, because it's like it seems so like well placed, everything, and especially just the construction of the songs. It seems very, very well constructed. Can you take us through like making a song like Family Dues?
Family Dues is a hard song to make. That was probably my hardest song to make. And that, like, I'm gonna keep it all the way straight with you. I wasn't going to even put that on the project.
Wow,
That's so real. Like that's like me saying it might just be my cousin. That's a real story. And I just don't know who would feel some type of way, what would happen, things like that. That was a hard song for me to record. That was a hard song for me to speak on, because like at the end of the day, you listen to the song. I'm a kid, and this is like things like that going on. And that was a kid at the time. And now we're all grown and things like that. But that was definitely a hard song to record. But I just took it as my truth. I wasn't downing. I wasn't doing anything. I was just telling the truth about my cousin, like literally my cousin's story that I don't know too much about right now, but that's his story. And it was just people we were put in situations like we were in a good position and he had to go through that. And like I said, it was hard, but like I said before, if I can sleep with it and I feel like I'm just telling my truth, that's all I can live with, you know? But I'm not going to sit here and say like I just was able to write that. No, like it was in consideration. Like I ran that past a lot of people. I said, should I put this? Am I going too deep? And then I just got in myself and I was like, yeah, I'm going to release it. But like that Family Dudes was my hardest song to write and my hardest song to say I'm going to put it out.
Well, I'm glad you put it out because it's a really good song.
Yeah,
appreciate it, man.
Definitely didn't go unnoticed. Like that was
Yeah.
like one of my standout favorite songs on the album. You know, and there's I mean, you just have those songs that really stick with you. Like that's what I like about your music. Like you have songs that like you're finished listening to the song, but you're still thinking about it afterwards. You know,
Yeah.
like and that's the great thing about being a storyteller as opposed to like just being any just sort of like any type of rapper. I feel like storyteller rappers like that song affects you even after you're done listening to it, and I feel like you have that effect a lot on this album, and also like I'm Not Perfect. You have that effect also, and even the song I'm Not Perfect, I feel the same way about. Like it leaves me thinking afterwards. It leaves me with something afterwards.
Yeah, I'm Not Perfect. I was all over the place when I wrote that. Like I literally wrote that after coming back from my uncle's funeral, and it was just like a lot of things I was saying on it. It was just me thinking about my relationships, me thinking about my life, me thinking about my past, just thinking about a lot of things. And yeah, that was until like songs on this album, that was my favorite song I ever wrote until like I released this. But I'm Not Perfect was one of them joints for me too, where it was just like I was going really deep. I dug really deep to go in there. And definitely with the switches, like that was a big one for me. Like, but like that's what it's about. Like I said before, that's what it's about, pushing myself to be able to talk about those things, pushing myself to bring those emotions out of me, to write it for somebody else to hear, to write it for somebody else to like that maybe went through that or maybe feels the same way I feel, to listen to and be like, oh shit, I'm not the only one that feels like that. Because like I said, when I could resonate with like artists that I looked up to, artists that I listened to, that was a great feeling. So that's what I try to do to anybody that wants to listen to my music, you know?
Right, man. Well, I mean, like I said, man, excellent body of work, especially, for somebody like relatively like new to the game, like you've like entered it, like, I mean, guns blazing pretty much. Three amazing, solid body of works. I recommend for people out there, if you haven't listened to it yet, I'll just say start from Untold Stories, work your way to I'm Not Perfect, and then listen to Drunk Diary, Liquor, and Food, because like all three projects deserve to be listened to. Absolutely. You did your thing on all three albums, and it's gotta respect it, man. I definitely do.
Appreciate it, dog.
Critter, you got any last questions before we close up the pod?
Is there anything that you want to plug?
Just NastyNile on Instagram. The Vuyu International page. That's another page that me and my boy Khalil run. It's just a page for us two. We're just two creators that we just want to put an outlet out there to push our things and put our stuff in the world. So follow that. The Vuyu International NastyNile on Instagram. And yeah, just go tap in with my music. Like I really make it from the heart. And I'm here. I'm here to work. I'm here to show that I should be here. And I'm just trying to take this to the next level. So like I said before, I appreciate you guys for having me up here. And I just appreciate the love you show on the album review, everything. It doesn't go unnoticed. And I really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Anytime, man. Like, let us know, next time you release something, definitely, you can hop back on and we can talk about it.
Definitely, man.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, we're just fans of really good music, and that's exactly what you bring. You bring just a really good sound, really good, authentic, dope storytelling. I gotta respect it, man. We gotta support people like you.
Thank you, dog. I appreciate it a lot, man. That means a lot.
Word, man. Well, if you like this episode, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Just show us some love. Always building, always trying to make things bigger, and always trying to, promote whoever's out there to be listened to. So again, thank you so much for coming on NastyNile. And hopefully we'll hear back from you sometime soon about a new project.
Much love. Appreciate it.
Peace.
Peace.